music. Midnight 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 music.
Oh shit, I forgot I gotta edit K out. I gotta get K back in here.
You gotta K back in.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Go to studio mode.
Queen. Queen.
Oh.
Oh. Yep. Dude, Skarsgård, he's the best.
Earth and Brosnan are the three potential dads. And
That's a
Meryl
good
Streep is
cast.
the mom.
That's a good
It's
cast.
a great cast.
That's a very
And
good cast.
allegedly, when they made this movie, they were drunk the entire time making it, and you can like see how much fun they're having. It's a really great movie.
Why not?
I cannot recommend it enough.
Speaking of drunk, I actually heard. So has everybody seen Coach Carter, the Samuel Jackson movie?
Yes,
A
I saw it.
long time ago.
I saw it in the movie theaters when I was like in middle school.
Okay, yeah. So
like when it came out.
So do you remember the scene where they like in a tournament somewhere in like California and they go to like some mansion and they're all getting like hammered and like begging everybody?
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and then Samuel Jackson's like, "Get your ass out of this pool," or whatever, and everything like that. So apparently, according to one of the actors, I forgot his name, but like I kind of know him by face, but he was like, "That's the last scene of the movie they shot." And they were all hammered.
They just went for it.
They're all legit hammered. So when Samuel Jackson shows up, he's actually like legitimately pissed because they're all drunk.
Honestly, dude, that's how you gotta do it. Like, Mr. Jackson, with all due respect, you've done worse movies than this. All right, take a chill pill. Don't take it so seriously.
I saw snakes on the plane.
I've seen snakes on a plane. Kenan Thompson lands that bitch.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I have to. I'll see. I have days off. Coming up because so apparently my boss is like, you need to take the rest of your time off because I can only roll over a certain amount. So I was like, okay, I'll
use it or lose it.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll have like 5 days or something like that I can waste. So I'm like, all right, perfect. I'm just going to take like the last week of the year off. But turns out our package, like our yearly like benefits package of days off, like that ends mid-December.
Oh, that's
so if
rude.
I go into the end of a year, I'm going into my time for like the next year.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's
I
weird.
don't want to do that. So first 2 weeks of December, I got a lot of days off.
Woo!
Yeah, just take them.
Yeah,
take all of them.
Like screw it.
Yeah, I'm going away at the end of December, and I just cannot wait.
Where are you going?
We're going upstate for New Year's again.
Oh, up in the woods.
My friends and I. Last year we rented a cabin upstate, and we literally booked the same cabin.
Cabin in the woods?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, on a lake.
All right, fair enough.
That sounds way better.
Yeah.
I always forget to make New Year's plans. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck, New Year's is like in a month. You gotta think what I'm doing.
I have done New Year's with the same group of people for like it's almost 10 years running now.
New Year's was always for a long time just a work night for me because I worked in nightlife.
The bar.
The bars.
Yeah, so like once I stopped doing that, I'm like, I can go without this for a couple of years and just chill the fuck out. Which is what my plan is.
Yeah, my friends, like, every year they would host a party at their apartment, but now the kids are starting to join our group of friends. We have just started, we tried it as a trip last year because we had a 1-year-old with us,
Get
and
that
it worked out
sparkling
great.
cider out.
Yeah. It was fun. Like, I brought Boris, my friends brought their corgi, like, it was a fun trip.
The corgis get along with each other?
Yes, they're also cousins, like, for real, for real.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went through the same breeder that my friends did for their corgi.
All right, that's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm. They get along, but like Boris very much is like will chase after Tino, like because Tino's like about to be 5, so like he'll put Boris in his place.
Got it.
Boris is like a scooch.
Is what?
Like a what?
He's a scooch.
What is that word?
Yeah, elaborate, please.
You don't know what a scooch is? Like,
nah,
not a clue.
I've never grew up with dogs, so I don't know.
No, scooch isn't a dog word. I think it's just like a Long Island, like Italian Long Island mom word.
Oh, that's why, because I didn't have an Italian Long Island mom.
Same.
Like you're being
There
you're
it
being
I had a
is.
Boston
Scotch.
Italian mom.
It's a little
Like you're
different.
being a scotch, like you're being a little like how do I describe it? Like you're acting out like
Like
you're
a
being
little
a little
shit?
You're being like a
bratty.
little shit.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
being a little shit.
Okay, got
Okay.
it.
Literally
That
being a
makes
little
sense.
shit. Like when we took him last year, Boris was 5 months old. He was a puppy. Now he's like approaching a year and a half. So he's in that like teenager stage. So he's
Yeah.
like regressing.
I am
Oh, God.
Groot. Is what I'm hearing.
What?
He's probably like teenage Groot from Guardians 2. I am Groot.
No, literally. His thing lately is like he like needs to be the star of the show all the time. And like if Liv and I are doing if Liv and I are like doing anything, like if I'm working, if we're watching something, if we're not explicitly paying attention, he'll start just like screaming at us. He's taken to stealing our socks and slippers
Okay.
for attention.
Yep, he's in
He
a
did
phase,
that
all right.
He did that as a puppy. It stopped. Now he's doing it again. And we think he might have a little bit of separation anxiety too.
Probably.
Because we went to see Wicked last night. We were gone 3.5 hours. Like the movie's 3 hours. And like we took the train there. So like, and where it's not far. And he like chewed up one of his beds. He's never done that before. So we're like, oh.
Yeah.
Are they coming back?
That's the thing, like Liv thinks he's specifically like that with me because like I'm Boris's favorite. I am. I'm home with him all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
So
I like
Like
your
when I
tree,
want-
Kay.
thank you. We didn't decorate it yet. I put the lights on, and if you see the tippy top, I put my witch hat on the tree.
The Tiffy top, you mean?
The tiffy top.
Wait, so that's not the witch hat, that's the cup, right?
No, that's my witch hat from when I was Elphaba for Halloween a few years ago.
Gotcha. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Witch hat. We needed a new Christmas tree topper, and like I haven't found one that I liked, or Liv hasn't found one that she liked either, and I like don't want to spend money on one. So I came home high as shit from seeing Wicked the first time around, feeling very inspired, and I'm like,
Just threw it up there.
you don't understand.
You're like, you know what?
I came into this house like a fucking bat out of hell, being like, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Fucked up out of my ass. And I'm like, I'm going to put my hat on the tree. Let's decorate and watch the Wicked behind the scenes special. And it's like, what the fuck is happening here? I thought you were going to go to sleep when you got home. And I'm like, nope.
Wired.
I was,
was
but then that movie got me fucking amped.
Yeah.
I was cracked out.
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah. So as a result, I don't know what happened on Raw last night because I went to see Wicked when Raw was on, except
didn't-
for the title.
There
You didn't miss
wasn't,
that much.
except for the New Day going bananas on each other.
That was pretty good. Yeah, they kind of went in. Ricky, I do want to get your take on that. Did
I
they
didn't
break
put it
up?
in the show, but we can talk about it right
Wait.
now.
Wait, did they break up?
No,
Or are they breaking
it's
up
a
next
red
week?
herring because they have the 10-year anniversary next week, which is also mind-blowing to believe.
I
feel
also,
really
I
old.
also think it's a red herring, and both of them are going to turn heel.
Maybe. Or that my big thing is Big E's going to come back.
That's what Liv's been saying for like 3 months. And recently her booking has been more accurate than mine. Like we'll talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Like she's like CM Punk's gonna come back with the bloodline. I'm like, no, they're not. That's dumb.
That
And
actually
then CM
it
Punk
makes
came
perfect
back, and I'm
booking
like,
sense when you look at it. But back to the New Day. That was it's not like it's one of those things where like they kind of broke the fourth wall of like they it was a worked shoot. Like they're not really mad at each
Oh, okay.
other.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It was a
they
work shoot.
went in.
Yeah.
Like
They went there.
yeah, they poked holes in all of their iconic storylines.
Xavier kind of ran out of bullets, and
After a
Kofi
while.
was just like, Kofi was like, I got a full chamber that I didn't even use yet.
Yeah. Xavier pretty much said if it wasn't for me, you didn't even have the balls to go for the world title until I showed up. And Kofi was like, I was a Hall of Famer before you, and you needed me to elevate your career.
Which
I was like, that's true. They did.
I don't know. I don't
They
think
did.
Kofi
They
was a
did
Hall
go
of
to.
Famer
They did go to Kofi.
before New Day.
They did go to Kofi for help. to like with the New Day.
They did go to Kofi for help.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
They did go to
Because
Kofi
he was the
help for the
veteran.
New Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but back then, Kofi was stuck in the IC title belt. He was stuck with the tag team belts. He wasn't really.
He had a couple of mid card runs. I figured that was the
Yeah,
card.
he had a few good. He had a few pushes. He had a really good
Hi,
push,
Warren.
and then Randy just punched him down
Yeah.
forever. But other than that, yeah, and then a New Day happened and just took him to the stratosphere.
Yeah, I mean, what did Kofi? Kofi said he's like, I gave you my IC title match and you screwed that up. He's like, I
Yeah.
literally was like holding your cape when you were the king of the ring and you screwed it up. And honestly,
And you got injured.
Yeah.
You fucked it up.
and Xavier was like, it wasn't until us that you became world champion. What happened? You lost in 6 seconds to Brock Lesnar. I was like, oh, that was aggressive.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I was like,
Wow.
ugh. That's true.
No, I'm excited for Raw next week.
That's true. Coco Beware is in the Hall of Fame, so Kofi should be an easy insert into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, especially if he stayed in the company for those 10 years since, like say the New Day never happened and Kofi stayed in the company for those 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd probably be a Hall of Famer. Like Santino Morella's gonna be a Hall of Famer because he was in the company for so goddamn long.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah. Yeah, but
that's touche, Taquan, touche.
the New Day shooting on each other was pretty epic because I was like, oh wow, we really didn't hold back.
And they've been giving us a lot of time. Like this has been a consistent thing on Raw.
They've been
for about
building to this for a
almost
while.
8 weeks now.
Yeah, they've been building this for a
Yeah,
very,
it's
very
been
long
a
time.
while.
It's actually very interesting. I think both of them are going to turn heel. Big E's always a possibility. Like if Big E comes back, who does he side with and who they turn on? He probably sides with Xavier and turns on Kofi.
I don't know.
If that's the case,
I don't know.
But-
I don't know either.
It's it's a good TV storyline, which is what I
It
like
is.
about it. They're not forcing this on on a big show or something. They're like, no, we're gonna keep this on Raw and this is gonna be a Raw thing. And
Yeah.
I like that a lot. The Wyatt Six and the Final Testament are kind of ramping things up with a little bit of the horror stuff. Which was interesting.
seeing Miz with them is so weird.
It is very weird.
It's so
very weird. Our troop still doesn't know Pete Dunne's real name, which is also kind of funny.
Yeah, our truth is like, hey, we're looking for Butch. Whoever Truth's producer is, man, comic gold.
It might just be him.
It could just be him, honestly.
could just be
no
him.
script needed.
Yeah. Just say whatever
I
the
feel
hell you
like-
want.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of his shit's like off like the cuff. Like no one wrote that.
Yeah.
Or anything
he's
he
been in the
does.
company for how long? Yeah, I'd go off the cuff too. I'd be like, whatever.
2009, give or take. He started on SmackDown. And before that, he was what? K Twist, was that his name?
K Quick.
K Quick.
He was K Quick with Road Dogg because they had the song Get Rowdy.
Yeah, and then he went to Impact or TNA at the time.
And NWA. He's one of the only
NWA title.
NWA one of the only black NWA champions.
Yep.
I think he's
And
the
he came back
first.
as R-Truth.
I think he's the first black NWA champion. So come on, check me on that. But I know I think that's one of his like random accolades. Or something like that. Yeah, no, but New Day storyline's rather interesting.
It is. Interesting is a good word for it, and that's kind of what you want as a wrestling fan for a TV storyline like this.
Like, where's
It's
it gonna
just-
go? Yeah.
Where's it going? Yeah, it's interesting. And 10 years. These guys have been together forever.
10 years, 11-time tag champions. I remember when they finally got over. It's when they won their second title in Brooklyn at
turned heel.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Well, no, so they were.
Or is that where they turned back?
No, it was that they tried to be nice guys and they sucked them. And they were like, oh, we should be assholes. And then they started turning heel. And then they lead up to that SummerSlam run because they won like a fatal 4-way tag match, which were like
Yeah.
Los Matadors, Primetime Players, and another tag team. And they were wearing white and gold, and like it was in Brooklyn, and we just ended up really liking them. Like they finally got over with us in the Brooklyn crowd.
Yeah.
And then the next day, the Dudleys came back, and it was like, and then they had to save the tables.
And
for
then
them.
and then it was on.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then it was
Fucking
on.
crazy.
Yeah.
And then it was on.
yeah. Because then they had to save the tables rent, which was hysterical.
Save the tables.
Save the tables.
Yeah, save the tables.
They go do
I mean, 'cause
tables like every week.
they've always said they never wanted to break up, so I wonder
Yeah.
like why now?
That's why I think it's a swerve. Unless Kofi's calling it quits.
Yeah.
That's my
Which I
only.
mean he could be, man. He's been
Yeah.
wrestling.
Forever.
Yeah,
So
he
Kofi's
and
been He's been
End of
wrestling since
08,
I'm
early
in high
09 he
school.
debuted. Kofi debuted at the WWE ECW. That's how long he's been around.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
in high school when Kofi debuted.
Yeah, and he had a winning streak. I think it got beat by Jack Swagger, I think. But that's how long Kofi's been around. He debuted in WWE ECW.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
deserves to like rest.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if this is like just a swan song for Kofi, which would be very poetic to leave at this time.
Mhm.
But who knows? Maybe it's a Big E update or something. Like the only thing missing in this is Big E.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
And has he been on the? He's been on the panels.
he's done the panels. He's really good at the panels. He's like really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoy him on the panels.
Yeah, he's really good on the panels. There's no rush for him to come back. He even says like I can't really come back. He's like it's like out of his control because like he's probably like physically good, but like his like I think the skeletal structure is still fucked up.
Yeah, it's like one bad fall or turn
And he's
or
done.
anything,
Yeah.
and you're paralyzed.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's not worth it.
No.
It's 100%
Yeah.
not worth it.
No.
And
Even
he's not
with-
going to want to just be a manager.
He would be
Yeah.
a great manager though.
He'd be an incredible manager.
He
Like,
would,
even
but
if-
for him, I feel
It's
like
such
he'd
a
be like, yeah, but
downgrade, yeah.
he not
Yeah.
only that, but he would get that itch
Yeah.
to get back in the ring, and I
Mhm.
feel like he'd be a little more averse, not averse, but a little more willing to take that risk.
Yeah.
Whereas if he stays
Mhm.
behind the desk and he's out of sight, out of mind like that, it's like
Mhm.
Mhm.
it's like an alcoholic going to a bar.
I
Yeah,
get
that
what you
makes
mean, yeah.
It's why I have the temptation.
Yeah. No, I mean him on the panels is great. He's a great panel person. They gave him his own segment, like calls it like because it go back to his 5 count thing, so he has like a top 5 something of like every PLE.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he does that little stick and stuff. And he's dating Mia Yim's sister, so good for him.
Damn.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, do you
I didn't know Mia Yim had a sister.
exactly. Can you
I thought he was already married. Doesn't he have kids?
No.
No?
He is like notoriously like single. So the fact that
He's a player.
no, he just doesn't get in a relationship, and the fact that he got into a relationship with somebody, people are like, "Whoa!" Can you imagine that double date? Keith Lee and Mia Yim, Biggie, and Mia Yim's sister.
Her sister.
Yeah,
That sounds really fun.
That's a lot of food.
that's a lot of food.
Like they're going to a Brazilian steakhouse every time.
Exactly. They're eating a lot of food.
Oh, and also, by the way, mark your calendars. I'm definitely thinking Brazilian steakhouse for my 30th birthday.
Ooh,
Somewhere
Oh, you
in
turn-
somewhere
Oh
in
my
the
God,
city.
you
there's
turn-
one on Long
You
Island
turn 30
too.
next year.
I
Yeah,
turned 30 in February.
about fucking
Oh my
time.
I know, right?
Yeah, make sure you have a lot of ibuprofen and icy hot because everything's going to start malfunctioning.
Yeah.
I know. I'm already.
Hope-
I already had.
Hope you have
I
a
already
good
have my mom's headaches.
hope you have a good stretch routine ready on a daily basis.
Oh, no kidding. My knees are gonna be bad. I don't even do shit.
Wait till you get bad weather, then it's going to start to really like cramp up on you.
No, every time it rains, my joints hurt.
Yep.
Like, I take arthritis medication.
yeah, you have the
like-
worst. You have the worst out of all of us. I think.
I do. That's chronic illness and being in your 30s. Yay. No, but like I started like I'm like amassing a collection of like little exercise things for the home because
There you go.
I have under my desk I have a little like bike and then I got a
I need
stepper
one
a
of
few weeks
those.
ago. The bike or the stepper?
Both. Yeah, both.
So the bike, like it's not like a Peloton, it's like one of those under the desk.
Yeah,
little
no,
pedal
I know
things.
exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
I would love one of those.
I love the pedals, and then I also got those wrist weights.
Oh, okay. Strengthen a
Like
little.
I don't wear them as much as I should, but I want to try wearing them while I'm like blow drying my hair or like doing other like arm activities.
Yeah,
To like tone. They're only like 1 pound weights,
that's good.
so like it won't do anything crazy, but like I feel like shit when I don't move around.
Motion is
I've
lotion.
always said I've wanted a standing desk, but like I have so many wires in here that like if I raise the desk, they're gonna be long enough.
It's only one with, you can buy a good standing desk. So
Yeah.
standing desks are actually really good. I need a standing desk. But I also have
standing
concerns
desk.
about the wires too and all the tchotchkes that are on my desk.
Yeah.
Same.
and I don't feel like reorganizing all of my tchotchkes on my desk. I like them where
I
they
took
are.
a lot. Honestly, I took a lot of tchotchkes from my desk off because I had so much stuff on here, and I got like very overwhelmed because like my desk doesn't have drawers, but it has like shelves and like a hutch on the top.
Yeah.
So I was like concerned about storage, and like I had too many things. It was just very cluttered.
Yeah, I have random shots. I got a bobblehead mascot from my undergraduate alma mater. I got a Hulk bobblehead. I got a Dwayne the Rock Johnson Christmas ornament. I have a Captain America statue from a video game, and I have to this day, the only Sasha Banks Funko. Thank you, Kay.
You're
For
welcome.
that.
I have a Mandalorian.
I also have a
prayer
rubber
candle.
duck. I also have a rubber duck.
I have a Mandalorian prayer candle. I have a card that Liv gave me.
Wait, do you have a Mando prayer candle?
Yeah, let me show you. Let's do a show and tell them like that.
Dude, the prayer candles, they're so funny. There's so many
I have
They
a
prayer
few
candles
we
out
have
there.
a few.
so many prayer candles at Comic-Con just like that.
Liv got me this at Comic-Con a couple years ago.
I'm not surprised. There's like a whole thing of like religious artwork, but it's comic book characters.
Yeah, dude, I got one. It's Moira from Schitt's Creek.
I love her. Man's actually.
She's a legend.
When
Legend.
When I moved into my last apartment, Man's had got me a prayer candle of a drag queen I like as a housewarming gift. So she lives in my bedroom.
Nice.
I have my little CM Punk buddy
Nice. That's a small buddy.
that I got in Chicago. I have a broom that I made in Salem.
You can make a broom in Salem.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, witches, of course.
Oh yes.
Hold on. Grab it. Yeah, when my friends and I went to Salem, we took a broom making class. So we made a broom.
Nice.
You get to pick out all the stuff. And then I have like an ashtray, like a photo of my friends,
Mm-hmm.
my little pens, shit like that.
Yeah, nah. Shit's wild. Shit is wild. Oh yeah, I have my bullshit button. Forgot I had this.
Is that like
Your
an easy
bullshit
button?
Yeah, so like way back when, you remember the Easy Button commercials from like Staples? Like
Yeah,
that was
I had
easy.
an easy button.
So I think it was Spencer's came out with a bullshit button. Just I've had this since college, and maybe I hope the batteries are still good, but it has a couple of sayings like, "Yeah, it's not, it's out. I gotta change the batteries."
I think.
But
Oh wait, I have one too.
that doesn't say that one. It doesn't say.
Well,
It would be funny if you could program it though.
I forgot we had that sound. I was gonna say, like, if we ever did a live podcast where the three of us were in the same room, I feel like the bullshit button should come with us.
I didn't like my RA my freshman year. No one on our floor really liked RA. She was kind of a bitch. So we did like we had like a floor meeting for something. And I literally brought the bullshit button when I thought something was bullshit. I just hit it and I was like, that was bullshit. And she like gave me the death stare while we were all like dying laughing. Yeah,
I had an
bullshit
easy
button
button in high school that I like abused in my classes. I had friends that worked at Staples in high school, so like
Oh, yeah.
one year for Christmas, one of them brought me an easy button. So I used to like annoy my teachers with it.
Nice. I might be able to switch this out probably after the show. Are they AAA's? Oh no! Oh shit! It's screwed in too. It looks like AAA's.
Ooh.
Whatever. I'll do it on another time. All right. Ready to get the show on the road?
Yes, please.
Yeah, let's do it to it.
Yes. On you, sir. On you, Will.
Now let me hit the record button.
Mhm.
All right, everything looks good. No latency.
Yeah.
Try the
You
other
sound
record
great. Finally.
I'm gonna
Oh,
grab
yeah,
a drink.
updated my drivers. So annoying. All right, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, you guys are so lucky I stopped listening to Kendrick Lamar's new album so we can talk about war games and Full Gear and all the shenanigans going up to one of the biggest PLEs of the WWE calendar. Plus, AEW went Full Gear in some of the most weird and ridiculous ways. And did I hear that correctly? There's another women's mid-card title. This is like the best Christmas ever, and it's not even Thanksgiving. It's Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 395, a Dangerous Alliance, exclusively here on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now.
Midnight music.
Like, seriously, we really need to break down what happened last Friday. Wicked came out, which almost knocked out Kay. Gladiator 2 came out, which I don't know if anybody actually showed up to that because of Wicked.
We're going
Kendrick dropped randomly midday on Friday, by the way, and took out most of the hip hop world. And Paul Heyman returned with CM, including me. And Paul Heyman returned with CM Punk. What a day in the history of pop culture. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to King's Rings Podcast, episode number 395 of Dangerous Alliance. I am your host, King Ricky Rose. Thank you guys for joining us. We are here live, currently right now on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining us. If you like what you're seeing, or if you're listening to us a couple days later, please like, share, subscribe, follow us on all of our social media, buy some of our fantastic merch. The link to all of that is in the description below. With me, as always, somebody who probably did not listen to Kendrick, did not, well, no, you saw Wicked. You probably didn't go see Gladiator yet, but Will Tarazak, how are you?
Yeah, I'm 1 for 3 on those things, and it's the one you wouldn't suspect. I went and saw Wicked. That's what happens. That's what happens if you have a girlfriend to drag you to things. But here's the funny thing, dude. My girlfriend has never seen The Wizard of Oz, never read the book, never watched the show, the Broadway show. So she's like, I really want to go see Wicked, but knew nothing about it.
I mean, that's going to
Not
be
a
me.
goddamn thing.
I'm
Zero.
going
I
blind when I go
love
see
that.
it.
Yeah. No, you know what it was? We went and saw Twisters back in July or August, and one of the previews in Twisters was Wicked, and she goes and turns to me and goes, I want to see that. And I go, fuck.
Nice.
It's like it's not so much that I dislike Wicked. I really enjoyed my time with Wicked, but the thing I have to say about Wicked is it's great cast, great acting, great costumes, great songs, great choreography, great set design, terrible story. Just really bad writing. That's the one thing I just don't like about Wicked, but I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. So Kay Murphy, I'll let you yell at me for not liking the story of Wicked because I know you've always seen it twice.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay. So Wicked is one of my number one pieces of comfort. I'm the opposite of y'all. I've read the book at least 20 times. I read the book again before going to see the movie. I've seen it twice I've seen it twice on Broadway. I watched a slime tutorial, which is a Broadway bootleg on YouTube, of Wicked the day before I saw it. I watched The Wizard of Oz before seeing it. I came prepared. And it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. And then Roman Reigns and CM Punk got together on the same day. So it's a great day to be me.
I broke that news to Kay when it happened because I knew I couldn't hold it in. All right, I will read to you the text message conversation between Kay and I when this news broke. Okay, hold on. I gotta find where it's in all caps. I do send Kay a lot of, here it is, okay. I do send Kay a lot of TikToks randomly. So I literally say, all right, so Friday, 9:57 p.m. SmackDown is pretty much going off air. I said in all caps, CM Punk. Punk joins the OG Bloodline for War Games. Kay's response in 5 lines of text. Oh my fucking God, oh my fucking God, Punk and Roman. I said
His hair looked really good too.
Yeah, it did.
Punk's hair looks pretty good.
And then I said Paul Heyman brought him back. Kay goes, my dream. Sends me a picture of Roman and Punk on their TV screen and says, "Daddy fucking mania" on the Wicked premiere day.
Okay, it's like almost better when CM Punk first returned on your birthday.
Seriously.
He's always giving me what I want. And I'm
Okay, Punk is always there right when you need him to be.
No, literally. Except when I'm trying to meet him.
That's facts.
No
That's
kidding.
facts. All right.
Anytime I try to get tickets to a CM Punk meet and greet, it is not possible.
Never gonna happen. Okay, I don't know if you probably know this, right? But I did not tell you this because you had already had enough excitement. There is an official on WWE Shop CM Punk.
Oh, that
Legacy
ugly
belt.
ass belt.
Oh, okay,
I
you already
saw
know
it.
about it. All right, never mind. Well,
It's very ugly.
it was during his time in the 434-day reign, so yes, it is going to be the ugly version of the belt.
I'm very happy for him
Spinner
getting a belt, but
It is a spinner Punk belt.
and it's like $700.
Well, yeah.
No. I love
That's a
him
house
after that.
purchase. Like once I have a house, that's when I start collecting the belts because I just have nowhere to
Understandable.
put them now. So
Understandable.
I want to get tag titles for the wedding. I'm just trying to figure out.
yes,
Which ones though?
Yes,
Which
there's
ones?
so many options.
The NXT ones are
So-
great, by the way.
My dream once upon a time was the NXT UK ones, but obviously they don't make those.
Are
And
you sure
obviously
about that? Because some of them are still might be on sale.
on the shop they don't.
You might have to
sell-
go to not on the shop because this doesn't exist
I
anymore.
don't
You might
want
have
to
to go to
spend
eBay.
$1 million.
Okay.
So TBD on what tag belts we end up getting, but I've wanted to do that for a long time.
Nice. Nice. Are you gonna walk out as a tag team too?
I feel like that would be like a good like entrance into the reception.
Well,
kind
that's what
of
I'm at.
idea.
That's what I'm
Yes.
thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like you got to figure out. You got
Now I
to.
gotta walk down the aisle.
It's a new
Over
day.
his shoulder.
Yes, it is. Come out gyrating down the aisle.
I feel like the bar we're having the reception at, like they host wrestling trivia every so often, so I feel like
So they know.
Yeah,
They
they're
know.
aware.
They know
They
what-
have songs in their Spotify.
honestly,
playlists.
I think they were more like when they were talking, they're like, "What kind of music do you guys like?" And I'm like, literally everything.
Paramore.
And I'm like, I'm also a musical theater kid. I think they're nervous about the musical theater part of it.
Well, they've got time to figure it out. All right, so
Yeah.
play,
I'm not worried
play
about
some
that.
wicked Mamma Mia and just go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's your wedding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, as long as you and live in agreement, play whatever the fuck you
Yeah, all
want.
right. So, like, just ideally, no strings attached or anything. Okay, real quick before we get into the shebanga bang of this week, what would be your ideal walkout song in wrestling theme?
That's a great question. It's so funny. You
Answer
say
this
that
with the
'cause
glass in your hand, just holding like that. Just answer it like that. It's awesome.
perfect.
Love the visual. Yes.
It's very Meryl Streep.
It's so funny you say this because my friend is a music teacher and she asked her class what their walk-up song would be. Does it have to be a wrestling song or can it be like any song?
I mean, any song. I mean, I would probably say ideally a wrestling song, but if it's your walk up song. Is it China?
Such a hard question.
Is it China?
No, actually.
Oh.
I don't know. I feel like my go-to for like wrestling like themes is always Jeff Hardy or like This Fire Burns.
I should have seen that coming.
I did in school. We had to like pick a song and choreograph a dance, and my friends and I picked Jeff Hardy's music.
Is there a recording of this somewhere?
I feel like on MySpace, like dead somewhere, but I don't know where.
Nothing's dead on the internet, Kay. Nothing is dead. Where there's a will, there's a way. We can definitely find it. Well, same question to you. What is your walkout song?
God, it's so hard because in wrestling, I'm either doing Sami Zayn or Glorious because
Glorious is a great
those
one.
are two themes I have blasted in my car radio for other people. Like you don't hop in like a 2013 Nissan Altima and play Undertaker's theme music.
You could.
It's just-
No.
You could.
I mean, not with non-wrestling fans there.
You could.
But like you can sneak in a Worlds Apart Sami Zayn or a Glorious into a regular Spotify playlist and introduce it to your friends that have no idea. So
Or Alistair-
either one of those two, or I'd hire a really good DJ and have them combine the two, have them do like some kind of a
Mashup,
mix
mashup,
and combine
yeah.
a mashup. There you go. That's what I'm looking
Yeah,
for. I had my buddy Christian from Cubic Recording Studios, like just mash these two songs up.
That's cool. All right. I guess I have to answer now, too. I don't even know what
yeah,
mine
what's
would be.
yours?
I do like Glorious a lot. It is so pompous. I do.
It's so
It's
pompous.
so pompous, and it's so good. If I'm thinking like classic, like I'm like, honestly, Final Boss Rock is a great theme.
Final Boss Rock.
Final
is a great
Boss
theme.
Rock is a great theme. I'm gonna go with Final Boss Rock.
You know why it works? It's like because now forever when the Rock comes back, you're gonna be like, okay, which Rock is it?
Yeah, which one is it?
And then you're like, oh shit, it's heel Rock.
Yeah, Final Boss Rock I think might be the walkout one. It's so good.
It's such a great turn.
Yeah, it's a great turn.
it hits right at the right time too, because he gets to come out and be babyface
In
Rock,
the
get his pop,
spotlight.
do the whole
Yeah.
Goosebumps thing,
Yeah.
and then fuck you, I'm a heel.
Yeah.
It is excellent. I don't know, Ricky, for you, I'd feel like you would need a beat either produced by Dre, Kanye, or Nate Dogg.
Well, we're not gonna do
And that would be
Kanye.
your beat
We're
coming
not
down.
gonna do
Why would we
Kanye.
pick Kanye?
And Nate.
Because Kanye is a phenomenal. Say what you want. I know Kanye's a dick, but say what you want about his music, his hooks, his music is just incredible.
Producer Kanye's good.
Shitty person.
Yeah, Nate Dogg's dead. Been dead for a while, so we can't use Nate.
I know, but the fucking guy, the guy knows how to write a hook. All right, like I fucking love Nate
I
Dogg.
know. Nate Dogg was hip hop for a while. If you're gonna add super producers in there, you gotta have Pharrell and the Neptunes. I love NERD and the Neptunes.
Pharrell's also an incredible producer.
Yeah, can't read music. He's like the Nick Cannon of music, but there's that.
I forget how to read music, dude. You gotta relearn. I forget my scales. I just play trumpet. I forget my fucking scales.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do walkout music one day. Figure it out. But anyway, let's get into this past week in the world of pro wrestling. We're gonna start with Full Gear. By the way, I'll tell you right now, Will, you perfect score.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Stop
you did.
it.
I watched
Wow.
it. You perfect scored. Kay and I both had 2 incorrect.
I saw what's his name? What's his fucking Jungle Boy? I saw he lost. I was like, oh, called it.
Yeah, he did. He did. He did. That was a pretty whelming match. I will say this about Full Gear because I did just finish watching it today. The middle of the card was excellent, absolutely excellent. Mercedes and Chris Statlander did a great match. Hangman and Jay White was really good. Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay was outstanding.
I heard that was match of the night.
I don't know. Like I like they were good and like they did tell a good story. For me, the match of the night is between Kyle Fletcher, Will Ospreay, or Mercedes and Chris Statlander because they told a great story. Mercedes actually bit her in the ring. It was kind of funny.
Oh my god!
I had a
Yeah.
I had a friend and his son were actually there.
It was
in
a good
Newark.
crowd.
He texted me if I was gonna go. Yeah, so that's why I wanted to ask him like how big was the crowd size, like how were the pops for X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And I just texted him right now just for initial thoughts from him and his son. His son is I think maybe 9 or 10, maybe 11 at the oldest.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting. Like right, like what does a little kid think of AEW? Because you know what you have to say about WWE, but like AEW, it's a completely different product. So
Yeah.
I low key
I mean-
feel like a little kid would like AEW because it's like the big.
it's violent.
It's violent.
It's more violent. I feel like it's the
Yeah.
big kid show compared to WWE a little bit.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, AEW. I could see AEW being super popular with like 13 to 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Like,
kid
whoa,
probably
this is
felt like such
crazy.
a badass.
Yeah.
He probably did.
Yeah.
He's like,
he probably
I'm 9 at an AEW show. I would felt like a badass.
He's chanting "Holy shit" because mom's not around.
Exactly.
It's him
can't-
and dad.
Like, no, I can't wait to like be a parent and be like, okay, we're at wrestling, you can curse. Have at it.
Yeah, like I'm cursing with you, dude. I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, how old does my kid have to be before like he comes to WrestleMania with like the 3 of us?
Didn't we
Right.
have this?
How
Didn't we
old-
ask this question once? I feel like this is the topic of discussion we've had before.
We probably did, but I'm sure my answer back then was really dumb. Because now, like, yeah, like, I do think like I'd probably take a little kid to a house show. It's
Yeah.
like if he has to get up and pee, who gives a shit? It's a house show.
Yeah,
yeah.
Or if he wants to leave early, whatever. But like, if I have a kid who's like 11 and he goes WrestleMania 40 and he gets bored and wants to leave before the main event, I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh, you mean like those? You mean like the family next to us who left both nights before
Yeah,
the main?
yeah, before the main event
It was
No
wild.
because they had a little kid and
Yeah.
I wanted to get him home. The
I
kid was
would,
probably like 10 or 11 too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always had parents that like if they took us to something, it was with the expectation that like unless like there was like an emergency, we were staying.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the only
Yeah.
time
Same.
the only event I ever left was like a Jets game. My dad chose to leave
Oh
in
well,
the last
yeah.
quarter.
Yeah.
But, like,
Can't blame. Well, can't blame him for
that's
that
totally
one.
understandable. Have you seen the
But-
Jets?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really bad. But overall, Full Gear, I think, was a little bit better than expected. I think I'm going to give it a solid 7.5. The ending kind of weirded me out. Like, I don't get it. Like, okay, I don't know if you've been following, but Will and I talked about this. We're doing a whole John Moxley and the Death Riders. There's no Blackpool Combat Club anymore, obviously. So John Moxley's like taking over AEW. So now it's like this invading force versus Team AEW. nonsense. And for some reason, the chaotic
V3. It's like the third time I've done this
yeah,
storyline.
Yeah, I was like, this sounds really
so
familiar.
this chaotic ending didn't really hit for me. So obviously Moxley won. Orange Cassidy
we
put up
knew that.
Orange put up as good of a fight as he can with his Timu style like Superman punch. It is
Orange Punch. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a
he
better
does it
name.
well.
It's a better name. The Orange Punch is a better name than the
Orange
Superman
Punch
punch.
is
The Orange
incredible
Punch
name.
is a great
Yeah.
name, and he makes it look good. He does
with
make it
with
look
what
good.
he has, yes, he does make it look good. But then you had all this chaos. So like a couple of people like came out that weren't even part of the PLE to help aid Orange Cassidy, and then as the Death Riders were going away or trying to get into a car, a massive pickup truck came and like T-boned their car, almost hitting all of them. And I'm like,
Convenient.
what is going on? So they got into another car and fled out, and then you realize the person who came out of like the pickup truck or whatever, which totally fucked up the front of the pickup truck, was wearing a pink fur coat, and I was, oh, it's fucking Darby. And I'm like, there's no sense of this. Christian Cage almost cashed in on Moxley at the end of the night, and that didn't happen because that was kind of a swerve.
Oh, I forgot he had the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Or whatever the
it's called.
contract is, yeah. Like Hangman came out, and then Christian came out, and then Hangman gave Christian the contract. And then when Christian was thinking about cashing in, Jay White came out and like did his finisher on Christian, so that didn't happen. And then Marina Shafir was about to attack somebody, and then Willow Nightingale came out. Like, it was just a lot of like, what is this all leading to? And I don't understand everything that's going on right now. And I've been watching for like the last month. So
That sounds like a lot.
yeah, I was like, this is chaotic for a sense of being chaotic, and I don't know where any of this is going. Apparently, it's leading to the Continental Classic tournament. You know that belt that Okada doesn't defend?
Oh, the Intercontinental
Oh, I
title.
forgot about that.
Well,
Exactly.
I think Okada just had a second kid.
Oh, I mean, even then,
Oh,
he
good
still
for
wasn't
him.
defending.
Yeah, so I think he might be out being like on paternity leave for a little bit.
I don't know.
But if he has the belt in that case, did they strip him? Is that what happened?
No, they haven't said anything. They're just going to have a select.
Haven't said anything yet. Yeah, in that case, just strip him.
Yeah. I mean, like
Like go have your kid, but hey, just leave the belt.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And I believe also Ricochet and Takeshita was, I think, rather good. I skipped through because we didn't get a chance to predict it because that was a last minute addition to.
Did Bobby get a pop? Because I saw someone on the internet that Bobby Lashley did not get a pop like at all.
Probably not at all.
I'm saying, did you notice it on TV? Like, was it noticeable?
Not really to me. Like, it was his entrance, but the match I think was good because he fucked up Swerve. Like
Oh, I bet.
yeah,
Really?
oh yeah, it was good.
Swerve's gonna make that spear look really good.
Yeah, no, it was good. He pretty much beat up Swerve to the point of exhaustion. So when he put him in essentially the Hurt Lock, Swerve passed out. So it was a good look for Bobby in his first match.
Should have tapped him out.
Now, I think Swerve passing out, I think, is a good angle.
It is, but I we had this conversation before in wrestling too. The tap out angle for baby faces happens too much.
Yeah,
Just tap. There's
You
no
mean the
there's no
pass out
there's no
angle.
shame. The pass out angle.
yeah.
Did I say tapping out? I meant passing
Yeah,
out. Yeah. The knocked unconscious angle from Pain is overdone in wrestling for the baby face. Heels tap out.
Yeah,
Baby faces pass out.
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. I think
it makes sense for like a John Cena where his whole gimmick is don't give up.
Yeah,
But like I don't think a babyface looks weak, quote unquote, by tapping. It makes the heel look better.
yeah. I mean, I think it works now.
But passing out works on certain circumstances.
I think it works
yeah.
now because it was Bobby's first match.
Yeah, it's a statement.
Well, not Bobby's
Yeah.
first match. It's his first marquee
In
match.
AEW.
Pay-per-view,
Yeah,
right?
marquee match.
First marquee match in AEW. So you're establishing him as a formidable person.
Yeah, as a beast, as a tank.
Yeah, as a tank,
Yeah.
which he is. No one joined Hurt Syndicate yet, but I think that is going to change very, very soon. But Full Gear, it's a good work. It's a good rewatch, especially in the middle. The ends are the ends are the ends. It happens.
Yeah,
So good.
if I was gonna book a pass out angle, it's gonna be a squash. You're going in there, you're tapping him, like Taz back in the day. You're gonna drop kick him, you're gonna tap him out, and you're gonna pass out in like 45 seconds.
Yes.
In and out, you're a beast.
So we're giving you right now. We're going to move towards the update of the United States Women's Championship Tournament.
Oh god, let me go to YouTube so I can see make this bigger so I can actually fucking.
Yeah,
see
I
it.
can't read that.
It's perfectly
Saved
fine.
My life.
Yeah.
There we go. I got it.
Yeah. So we've got Bailey obviously advanced last week. Chelsea Green advanced this past week. So the other side of the card, we have Naomi, Tiffy, and Elektra Lopez, Piper Meechin, and someone not named Jade Cargill, because Jade Cargill got taken out like Thanos threw her off of a cliff of a soul stone. So
Yeah, that was weird.
yeah. So Jade Cargill got roughed up in a weird way, which I thought was great storytelling because Bianca left the match and gave Chelsea the win, which I think is actually kind of flipping awesome. But the rumor mill has it that Jade is legit injured, so they wrote her off TV.
Yeah.
Which kind of might be a blessing in disguise. Who knows if she's really she got laid out like Rodney. That's messed up to Quan. So if she is legit and she needs time off, this is a great time to do it, to be honest, because hopefully she's back by Rumble season and Mania season. That's the hope. You know, they listed her injuries as the most ridiculous bunch of injuries ever. Like
They said she had 5
She was
injuries.
basically terminal.
yeah, hold on. I need to see if I can find her injury list that WWE said, because it was absolutely absurd what they said she was injured with. I really have to, because it was a lot. They're like,
Hope they're like shattered elbow.
oh no, it was like 5. It was like 5 major injuries in one, and I'm like, how does someone survive something like this?
It looked like someone that's a hypochondriac
Bad
looking at their
writing.
symptoms.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. It said, so 3 days ago, WWE posted breaking. Jade Cargill has been diagnosed with the following injuries: deep lumbar paraspinal muscle contusions, bruised kidney, sprained MCL in her right knee, tibio plateau bone bruise of her right knee, facial lacerations. No timetable for return.
All right. Do you think they wrote that list before or after she was laid out like this?
After.
Because like her right leg is kind of bent, right, on the car.
Yeah.
So I'm like, did she just pose like this and then they wrote the list, or they write the list and had to pose as match?
I feel like they probably would have had to. I feel like it makes more sense to write the list after having her fall, because you don't know how she's gonna fall.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those things that, like, I'm trying to figure out. I feel like her real injury is in that list. And we don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's probably the knee.
I think it's the MCL sprain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the MCL.
Yeah, it's probably the knee.
Yeah.
That's really smart, actually.
Yeah.
Hide the real injury amongst the bullshit.
Yeah. I think it's the MCL. Because that would make
Like
sense.
we didn't see who attacked her, right?
No, we
She was
did
just
not.
found
That
like
is
this.
the mystery of who attacked Jade Cargill.
I saw on threads that like somebody thinks that they saw Piper Niven like skulking around in the background. I didn't notice that.
I didn't see Piper
but that's
either.
what I saw on the internet.
So the big question is, for Jade, because there are 2 Jade mysteries now, because Jade is also in Women's War Game, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But who replaces Jade Cargill in the U.S. title tournament? I have one.
I hope they is still Bianca.
Bianca's already in. Bianca.
No, but she lost.
Well, yeah, because she left the match. So you think she goes
Yeah,
back to
give
the
her-
other
you-
side?
Yeah, you could give her a second chance. Throw her back on the other side. Who cares? It's wrestling logic.
I have a prediction, and no one's going to like it. And I think that's
Is it Eva Marie?
Oh no. That's you. That's you. That's you. Now that
I love booking
I know
her.
you do. It's not Lash Legend. Oh, Fretz thinks Lash Legend took her out, which is also probable cause. But I think it is because she's been teasing it, and now that we know officially that the women's U.S. title tournament is literally all SmackDown contracted people, there is a SmackDown contracted person who has not shown up in a very, very long time that is bound for a comeback that's going to piss everybody off, and her name is Charlotte Flair.
That would mean I would not mind that, honestly. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Just setting up that future feud. I mean, think of it this way. This is going to set up a major feud for her to come back as this massive babyface
Absolutely.
against a new heel.
So if Charlotte's the one that took her out, this makes the perfect sense in the world.
I mean, yes, and Charlotte will play that role really, really well.
Absolutely.
But I think they're gonna make you think it was Charlotte, and then it's Bianca.
Possibly.
It's gotta be Bianca, because you gotta think of it too, right? This is gonna be a major feud. Who would you rather have that be with? Charlotte, who hasn't been around, she's coming back from injury, right? And someone she has no chemistry with, and Jade Cargill, as of today, is still a little bit green. Or do you have her go up against Bianca, who she's been on the road with, in training with and has way better chemistry with.
It's
The
chemistry together
Charlotte
as a
feud,
tag
the
team.
Charlotte feud can wait, right? I think you need Bianca to kind of pretty much show what they've been working on for the past year
Mm-hmm.
to make her look like a
Like,
massive
prepare her.
star. And once she's a star, you go after the bigger star in Charlotte Flair.
Well, you're never going to be bigger
more
than
believable.
you're never going to be bigger than Charlotte Flair, but I think it's also believable that the one time on TV, because WWE is big on long-term storytelling now, the one time they were on TV together, they had a really massive stare down and a pop, and you have enough time,
Yeah.
especially if
I
she
remember.
recovers, to kind of build it up. And Charlotte can hold herself on the mic, being like everybody. she can literally say on the mic one day if she does return. Everybody was so big on Jade Cargill being the next big thing, the prototype, this once in a generation specimen. But it's me. I'm Charlotte Flair. There's only a one of me, and there's no one's going to be better than me. So you can run the Charlotte's jealousy angle. That's why
Yeah.
she took out Jade.
The shiny new toy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, you forgot about me.
But I think that's a great storyline, but I think that works better when Jade is a more believable solo star.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, like we have faith as an audience, right? Have faith that Jade can now carry her own in this feud.
Mm-hmm.
This current Jade, I don't think has it. But after a big feud with Bianca and a good storyline along with Bianca and maybe one or two other people, oh, definitely. Right? Because you can even do that storyline when Jade builds herself up and eventually wins a title.
Yeah.
And that storyline of Charlotte being jealous, like, oh, you think you're hot shit? No. I'm still hot shit around here.
Yeah.
So your story works, but I think I can wait a little bit.
It could also be Naomi.
It's a great story.
It could also be
could
Naomi
be.
too.
It could be Naomi, sure. They've
Yeah.
been friends and tag together, but
'cause
who needs a heel turn more? Who needs a heel turn and a character change more, Bianca or Naomi?
I don't know if Bianca actually needs it. I think she's too John Cena in her face run to have her switch right now.
She is, and she's such a good face for the company.
Yeah.
And she does
She
so much
really
philanthropy. And, she's good for business as a baby face, but she's better for storytelling as a heel.
Yeah, so like the mystery is gonna be big about who takes her out, and hopefully like Jade recovers soon, and maybe she makes a return like post Rumble and leads into a Mania run or something like that. But I hope they drag this out of like a whoddunit, because I think it's gonna be good for
See, like,
TV.
I think
That
it
would
would
be
be
fun.
completely wild, like perfect scenario if I was booking this shit. Rumble, Jade comes back number 30. First thing she does is straight to the ring, beeline, just knocks out Bianca immediately. And that kicks off the storyline, WrestleMania storyline.
Unfortunately, yeah, the problem is it wouldn't be Bianca's. Bianca's in the match, so how could Bianca take Jade out?
True.
That's the only hole in the story.
Well, also you don't know how long she's been laying there either.
That's very true.
They
Just
her.
found her. Yeah.
It's not like they heard a commotion and someone's running off. They just she could have been up there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
That'd be a great rib. All right, Jay, just lay here. We're gonna bring the cameras back soon. All right, just lay.
Let
here.
us know if you need water. Let us know if you need water. What if it's Rikishi? I just love it being like Rikishi's always taking on somebody out with a car.
It's always Rikishi. Yeah, it's always Rikishi.
I did it for The Rock.
I was waiting for Rikishi to come out of the car instead of Darby.
Out of nowhere, just stone faced. I did it for The Rock. It's the wrong show, Rikishi. Get out.
Oh,
of here.
interesting. So my friend went to AEW. He said Ospreay stole the show, which duh.
Okay.
Mox and Orange was eh.
Yeah.
And he said the crowd was pretty good, but quiet during Ricochet and Takeshita.
Yeah, because we've seen it before.
Or Takesh. Interesting.
It's the
Shoddy match.
You're right, Price. It's the Keska.
I said Mercedes' best match in AEW so far.
I agree. They told a really good story. She had a great storytelling match. They did really, really good. Mercedes and Chris as the only female match on the card too. So the Jade thing's going to be a mystery for a while. One of our Jade mysteries for a while. And we now know, as of yesterday on Monday Night Raw, that the women in the women's U.S. title tournament are all SmackDown people, because Raw and Adam Pearce revealed the Women's Intercontinental Championship, which I will probably call forever and ever the Winter Continental Championship, because also it's a white strap and it kind of just sounds really nice.
Yeah, no, that sounds way better. No, I love that. I fucking love that. The Winter Continental Champion,
Yeah.
dude. They should have called it. It's
I
way
like
better.
Yeah. The Winter Continental Championship has been revealed. A tournament's going to start for that soon. Hopefully it's not the exact same tournament that SmackDown's running for the women's US title. So what are our thoughts on this? We pined for this for a very, very long time, and we got two.
Mhm.
We got two. naming aside, because we kind of bitched about the naming the last time. Kayfabe, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so the women's intercontinental title is the title I've wanted the most
Yeah.
for like ever. This is a good week to be me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's great to be me. It's a gorgeous title. I'm really excited that it seems like they might put women on TV more in a more meaningful way.
Should we go back to 3 hours for both shows?
You know what?
It,
I'm gonna have to figure it out.
we got a lot of
Support
we got
women.
a lot of belts now, so we gotta a lot of these belts need time, especially these 2 new women's mid card belts.
That's the thing. If we're gonna make both shows 3 hours, make it more worth it for me to stay up late.
Understandable.
11 o'clock is late for me.
Yeah, Will's gonna figure that out too when he turns 30.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty much in bed by 11 at this point.
It's hard.
At the
Like
latest.
I was a lifelong night owl. Now I'm like
Oh, I'm still a night owl.
struggling.
Yeah, I fall
I
asleep
love
around 1 o'clock.
nighttime.
I fall asleep around 1 o'clock and wake up around 8:51. I wake up at 8:51 every morning.
Nice.
It's great.
I'm up a little before that. So Will, what are your thoughts on this? We have 2 women's mid cards. I have nothing to bitch about in wrestling for a long time now.
Oh, I feel the same way I did last week, except a little stronger. Like I'm cautiously optimistic, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is very much an AEW move where they're throwing in belts because people say they want belts.
Mhm.
Now they need a plan for these belts, and it's this from past history doesn't mark future success, but it can be.
Mhm.
And they haven't done so great with them tag belts, so I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm just wrestling fans have had their heart broken too many times. So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not gonna get shamed again. Not happening. So I'll give it a chance. Yeah, and the belt's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the white straps. I love that theme of white straps for women. I think it just looks way better.
It's a good way to condition your audience.
Yeah, it's a good differentiator, and they look really good carrying the belts.
Yeah, they
So,
do.
I mean, we'll see. I'm not gonna poo-poo on something before it happens.
Yeah,
So.
I really hope, because so now like the tag team thing kind of gets lost in the sauce because it's tag team, so it's kind of it's an interesting dynamic to write for tag team stuff, especially with women when they've never really been strong with multiple women's storylines in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I think it's different when you're not writing essentially for 4 women at a time, especially with the dynamics of the
2.
writing room. It's only
Yeah.
2 women at a time, and hopefully, and then this is like again optimistic. Hopefully, you have more people in the writers' room that can really work, that are solely focused on elevating both of these titles and creating stories for these titles. Like it's gonna be interesting how they're gonna juggle
I'm a
it.
little more excited for Raw's too, because I can think of things to cut on Raw. Yeah, Miz and Final Testament. Sorry, this Winter Continental Championship is a little bit cooler than you,
Yeah,
right? Or Otis dancing along with whatever he was dancing on this week, or R-Truth and Butch, or even American Alpha or Alpha American Academy, whatever they call
there's
it.
Alpha Academy and American Made.
Like, yeah, American Made. That's what they
Yes.
are. Like, that can be cut. There's things on the Raw roster that can be trimmed to make room for an actual attentive belt like this.
Yeah.
And I always say, if you can have a good storyline with a belt, do it over a funny storyline with side characters.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So the question is, who is the first ever Winter Continental Champion?
Raquel, easily.
So you have Raquel and Liv hold both the women's
Yeah.
belts.
Yep, you moved that belt
On
straight to the main
top of
event.
Judgment Day, getting the men's tag belts too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I think it'd also be smart to like just strip Bianca of the tag belts and then just never mention them again. The
That's
women's
true.
tag
What
belts.
did
And just focus on
there's
these 2
nothing
belts.
you do with it. There's like it kind of could work that
Yeah.
way. It
Yeah,
really
just
could.
strip them and just
Or you give them the NXT because it is a traveling belt.
or you give them NXT.
Oh.
Yeah, or you give
Oh, I
them
didn't
NXT.
realize they travel.
Yeah, they go across all 3 brands, so you could give it to
I have a
NXT
question.
talent. Yeah.
Is Women's US also going to be a traveling title?
Now they're going to be
Or is it
brand
just IC?
specific.
Yeah, that's gonna be Smack brand specific.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but then
Because
like
NXT has the Women's North American Championship.
correct, yes.
Oh, that's
So
right.
there are literally a mid card title for all 3 brands of WWE, which all happened in the same year, which is kind of wild. To be honest
it's
with you,
cool.
Maybe we'll get Evolution too.
and honestly,
I'm asking
they
for too much
you
now.
are, but but they have the belts to do it now to make it something, to make it like a women centric PLE. It's now about building.
Remember how they used to do Survivor Series brand versus brand? They have enough belts, so they could do it like a Night of Champions tournament kind of a thing.
Something
where
like
it's
that.
Champion
I would
versus
love
champion.
that.
Yeah,
And the winner gets points, or whatever the fuck they used to do with Survivor
yeah.
Series.
You can also
So
and also like when they inevitably do another draft, now you can mix up all of these champions, as none of them are brand specific title belts.
yeah, you can swap them around.
You can swap them around, which I think has always kind of been the plan. Raquel's a good choice. A lot of people are saying Dakota Kai, as long as she stays healthy.
She can't
That's-
prove you can stay healthy
Yeah,
first.
as long as she can stay healthy. I'm really kind of like blanking on the Raw women's roster, to be completely honest with you.
I'm literally
they got
Googling
EO,
it right now.
Io would be a
Katana
tough
Chance and Caden Carter,
one. Lyra Valkyria.
Valkyria.
Kiana James is injured. I know that. I'm blanking on the Raw women's roster. I honestly
have.
am.
Can I say something crazy?
Not go crazy.
What if Becky came back?
Hold that thought.
Yeah, Becky could come back too. Yeah, Becky could. Yeah, because we have who's going to replace her? Because wasn't Jade also in War Games?
Jade is also as part of Bianca's team in War Games. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I would
so-
say hold that thought. I'm looking up the current Raw roster right now if I can find them.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time.
I'm having a really
finding
hard
her.
time.
I
It's
mean,
just
Charlotte
giving-
Charlotte holding that belt too because she always wears blue. Charlotte's like the diamonds or whatever.
I
the fuck
believe
she
she's
is.
SmackDown
No,
specific.
thanks.
I believe she's SmackDown specific.
Yeah, but when you're injured, you come back to whoever you want.
Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are technically the Raw. You got Dexter Lewis,
Yeah.
Ivy Nile. I was gonna say Jackie Redmond, but she is an announcer.
She's an announcer. Yeah, see, the fact you guys can't remember the women on the Raw roster, even though you watch more than I do.
I watch every
There's-
week.
Yeah, that's telling
There-
how this belt's. That's telling for how this belt is starting off.
Well, that means there's room to grow. You also have Shayna, Sonya. Sonya's a good
oh yeah, PFC, whatever they call
Pure
themselves.
Fusion Collective. Shayna, Sonya, Zoe Stark. You also have
Is Natalia on Raw or SmackDown?
Natty is on Raw. Natty is a good
be
starting
Natty.
point. She just won like 2 more Guinness Book of World Records too. She has like 9 Guinness World Records.
Mhm.
Natty's a good jumping off point, to be completely honest with you. Like, you're never going to make Natty a world champion at this point in her career.
Yeah.
But you can
Yeah.
have her, if Natty's legitimately the workhorse, which historically by all metrics she is, the best workhorse of the
The
women's.
IC title.
The IC title's her title. Have her go on a run and put over all these young women and kind of teach them the ropes of this is how you work.
When's the last time she's been on TV?
I want to say a couple weeks ago.
Recently.
Zelina Vega
I couldn't tell you.
is also on Raw.
Oh, on Raw, LWL. Yep.
She's someone else I would like to see. hold the
Zelina
belt, too.
as an IC champion actually might work. It's interesting. We got to see how big this tournament's going to be and who's in it. But
There's a lot of good workers on Raw.
yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of good workers on Raw.
and
Yeah, I still give it to her. I'd give it to Raquel because it's it's on it.
it's on a prominent.
Title's a prop.
It's on a and having her as a champion in the most prominent group on
Yeah.
Raw kind of does elevate her, and she's somebody that kind of needs elevation because she was out for so long for medical issues.
Yeah.
It elevates her, but it doesn't elevate the belt.
Unless she goes after, well, the big thing with Raquel, I think, is her best feuds were with Rhea, and they are
Yeah.
Rhea's still going after Liv, and at some point they have
Yeah.
to get Raquel and
She needs
Rhea.
she needs to pivot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Raquel and
Give
Rhea.
her something to pivot to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Raquel and Rhea
Yeah.
would be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I hope they do that soon. But we will see. But congratulations, the Winter Con. I kind of want to buy this version of the IC belt.
It's very pretty. It looks really nice. The blue and the
It's
white go well
stunning.
go
It
together.
looks more
It
like
looks
it looks
stunning.
more like the Cody version of the belt that we had for a while,
Yeah.
which I have. I have a copy of. I bought that when we went to Survivor Series. 5 years ago at this point. Jesus Christ. I miss Chicago. Moving on. Speaking of Survivor Series, we have Survivor Series War Games coming this Saturday. Remember the start time, kids. 6 p.m.
I wrote it in my
6
planner.
p.m. start time. It's emanating from Vancouver on the west side of Canada.
Wait, is that the pre-show or the
No,
main
that's
show?
the show.
The main show starts at 6.
Yes.
Fuck Fuck me.
yeah. Yeah, the show starts at 6 because I double checked too. I was like, that's pre-show, right? I'm like, no, that's show.
I mean, pre-show starts at 4.
4 or 5, yeah. Yeah, so it is a 5-match card. Obviously, they're doing a lot of store stuff. Chelsea Green's doing like a meet and greet and like brunch with Chelsea Green, which honestly, I would go to brunch with
I would
Chelsea Green.
go.
Chelsea Green seems like an absolute riot.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
And all that stuff. So she's going to be busy for the time being. But we're not going to be busy because Survivor Series War Games is going to have a really hard time topping last year because last year, which Survivor Series was yesterday on the 25th, it's the 1-year anniversary of the return of R-Truth. And that was the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah, sure.
We had R-Truth. We had
And the return of Randy Orton.
the most massive looking Randy Orton I've ever seen in my life. Terrifying. And then, oh yeah, by the way, CM Punk returned as well, much to Kay's excitement, which I immediately called Kay after it happened. And I'm like, are you okay? Do we need to go to the hospital?
I did not need to go to the hospital, but I bought a shirt immediately.
I remember. I remember.
I can't believe it's been a year already.
It's been a year.
I feel like so much has happened.
It has. Did anybody watch the footage of Punk's return that they released?
I did.
I
actually.
did. The behind the scenes that was all on YouTube.
Yeah.
Awesome. I like Triple H just peeking through.
Yeah.
It was really cute.
I
It's just crazy seeing footage that WWE is releasing of like Triple H hugging CM Punk and everyone like hugging CM Punk and being excited about. It's crazy.
all except for Becky.
Yeah, she had a
I
stink
noticed that.
face.
I was like, oh, she doesn't like him, like legit. And I feel like that's an acquired hatred because of Seth.
Mhm.
But
That makes sense.
yeah. But that was the one thing that really stuck out to me. I was like, because like everybody's really happy. Even Bailey's like, oh fuck, I gotta get up there. Like Becky's like not Becky, my fault. Bailey is like us. Bailey's like us. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Dude, Becky was just like, it's not so much that I hate you. It's hate that I always hear about you.
From
Yeah.
my
I
husband.
hate that for the next 4 years, all I'm gonna hear is my fucking husband complaining about you. That was the look on
That's
Becky's face. All right.
You have to hate who your spouse hates.
I know.
The best part about it too, I think they ended on the right way. Randy being Randy, he goes, I can't come back.
I came back for 10
fucking
minutes.
and you couldn't give me that.
It was so funny.
God, I love older, wiser Randy. He's
Yeah, it's
so
really
much
funny.
more fun.
It's really funny.
I was hoping we were going to see Drew Storm back, but I guess they cut that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he probably had a little temper tantrum.
So good, so good. So moving on to this year's Survivor Series, we have the Battle of the Bloodlines. Again, another Bloodline Civil War, if you may. You have Bloodline 2.0, Solo, Jacob Fatu, the most unserious, funny person in the world. Bronson Reed, excellent addition. Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, I bet you Tongaloa's gonna fuck something up, versus the OG Bloodline, Roman, Jimmy, Jay, Sammy Uso, who has another Sammy Uso shirt again, and
I know.
and CM Punk, led by a returning Paul Heyman in one of the most interesting returns ever. There's even backstage footage of Paul Heyman coming back that they released as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And Paul Heyman looking mighty tan, like too
I
tan.
know. I was like, geez,
So
tan,
tan.
Paul. Like, did they think you were the turkey for Thanksgiving? Like, Christ.
they thought Paul Heyman was gonna come back as the gobbledygooker. That's what.
Yeah,
it was.
right. Jeez.
Oh my god. So we know there's a lot at stake here. It's the Battle of the Bloodline. This is only going to be like what, the 5th inning of this goddamn story at this point. Who wins? Kay, we're going to get this out of the way quick, Kay. You're choosing Roman and Punk. I know you are.
Yeah. I can't not. What are you talking about? This is my dream. And Sami Zayn too? Bye! Next. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I feel like well they have to OG Bloodline has to win, right?
Yeah. But how I noticed something interesting.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa were wearing the same outfit. So I'm like nervous.
I
Yeah.
yeah. My
Like they
friend at
were
Chipotle who works there, shout out to Mike by the way, he never listens to this. But we also had that same conversation during a pack line as he was making my burrito bowl today.
I think it's a red herring.
I think it's a red herring as well.
I hope so.
I think it is, but I still think you have Roman, Punk, and Sammy all on the same team compared to comparatively next to people who are still trying to make their name.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Also, let me put it this way: they definitely like did the fact that Paul Heyman and Solo were the same thing on purpose. 'Cause
Absolutely.
it's people in the back's job literally to be like, you cannot wear the same thing unless you're in a fucking tag team. like like literally, it's this part of the team like no one can match. But I think they did it to throw off the internet. I think it's a red herring.
Yeah.
Because if Paul was gonna turn, how's he gonna get in the cage? What does he
God.
do?
So,
It's like I
He
think
brings out Brock Lesnar.
that's not
I
happening.
think Paul could turn eventually,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think he turns now, especially because Punk's in there. Like, why would he turn on Punk? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, which leads me to one of our first bonus questions for Survivor Series. Does CM Punk turn on Roman during Survivor Series?
No.
No.
I'm going with yes.
There's no point.
They're going to fight at Rumble.
I guess, but Punk isn't there for Roman. He's there for Paul.
Exactly, and Paul's not there for Roman. Paul's there for Punk. Remember the lap before Paul Heyman got powerbombed in Madison Square Garden, which he will never let anybody forget that. Vince says this is his like Brock Lesnar beat the Undertaker street moment.
Yeah.
The last person that he looked to for help because Roman wasn't around. Because remember, Roman kind of abandoned him after WrestleMania.
Roman left. Yeah.
He went to Punk and was like, "Save me, save me." So there might be legitimate animosity between Roman and Paul, and I think that's the setup there.
So in kayfabe,
Mm-hmm.
why like in your storylines? I think that does make sense. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah,
But why would Paul come back and bring Punk with him then?
because he's Paul. Paul.
He's like luring Roman into a false sense of security kind of
Paul
thing.
Heyman is notorious for screwing over people whenever he wants to.
Mhm.
And if he feels that Roman betrayed him, he's going to get his lick back. And using someone who technically never betrayed him in CM Punk.
God, it would be a bold move. The 1 year after Punk comes back, he turns heel in the same place.
That would be really rad. I'm ready for heel Punk, like desperately ready. Like I am so sick of this. I love him so much. Remember this. Love Daddy Mania. But I am so sick of this. I'm so happy to be here bullshit. I need
Yeah.
you to be an asshole.
But I think him and Seth
But
still
I
have one
don't-
more match.
Okay,
that's
so
Mania.
That's like kind of like that's where I wanted to go with this. I don't think that Punk helping Roman has really shit to do with Roman. I think this is going to set more shit up with Seth because
Also
obviously
possible.
they turned to Seth. Seth said no, and then they go to Seth's mortal enemy,
Punk stole
CM
his
Punk.
spotlight. Yeah.
Yeah, so once again, CM Punk is encroaching on Seth's territory.
Like Seth
I
isn't
thi-
on this card at all.
No, he's not.
Seth could get involved in war games and take Punk out.
I think he could definitely. He's not going to cost OG Bloodline the match.
Mm.
But he's gonna
But I
take Punk
think-
out of the equation.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna make it hard for Punk. They're gonna get that going.
Well,
Because there are rumors that Seth is due for a nice heel turn, which I do think Seth could use a heel turn.
Yeah.
And Punk's the perfect person to turn heel on.
I think I don't know. I think this match comes off clean without the Seth interference, but I think Punk will use this to be like the reason he's going to tell Seth the reason you're not a star is because you're not willing to do the dirty work like I am.
Yeah.
And that'll tick Seth off, and then you're off to the races. You're clearly off to the races right there. I think that's where it goes. But I feel like I still think Punk might turn because there is a Punk and Roman moment coming. if you kind of read their lips when the show went off air, if you saw the footage of it, you know,
I don't remember what they said.
Punk was like,
He's like, what are you doing here? He goes, I'm here for him.
yeah, but no, Punk also shot a little bit. He's like, this is going to be fun.
Oh,
He was like, this is going to be fun. And I wish, I need to find that photo for UK of them putting the ones in the air and Punk doing the go to sleep at the same time.
I have it.
It's excellent. Yeah, it's great.
You need to print that out like a professional photo and like just bring it everywhere with you.
Frame it.
And just have it, like, get it signed by all of them at some point.
Honestly, I would put that in my office.
You should.
I don't have a lot of wrestling art in my office, but I'm working on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you should do
I need that and the Kevin Owens Jericho fingers.
Yes,
that
the
one?
creation of man. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
The creation of man.
That's what the spoof is. That's the spoof that it's off of.
I know. It was so funny.
Festival of Friendship era is still one of my favorite things in wrestling ever.
Beautiful work all around. So we're all going OG Bloodline clean sweep here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
We got okay. What do we?
Yeah,
Tell us more.
I'm kind of stuck on this because before Punk got involved, the storyline kind of was like it's like the story kind of moved away from Bloodline Civil War. Like it's not really about that anymore. Like, it is, but it isn't. And there was also a lot of like the story of Roman Reigns still trying to be the boss, but Jay's like, hey man, we're all even. And Sammy's like, yeah, we're supposed to be all even.
Mm-hmm.
And remember how last year with I'm thinking of cohesive storytelling. Last year it was Sam, you had to prove himself to Jay and Roman.
Yeah.
Where it's this time Roman needs to prove himself to Sammy and Jay. So I could see Roman taking the bullet for Jay or Sammy and eating the pin for Solo to pick up the win.
Ooh, okay.
Interesting.
I like that. I like where we're going with that.
But with Punk involved now,
What do you do? Yeah.
yeah, I think that's kind of out the window because the story it's no more about Bloodline versus Bloodline in Roman's power trip. Now it's about CM Punk.
Yeah.
So how's it all fit in? I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the glory of this match, though, because there's three very valid options we each came up with, which we'd all think is very possible and we'd like to see.
Yeah.
So that's a sign that it's good booking.
I can't wait for the wild ass fourth option that they give us instead of anything. We just
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
right?
Like the boogeyman shows up or something like that. Like, oh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Solo's team gets the win.
Yeah, I mean, either way, this is main eventing. This is going to be a
I mean,
wild
put it this
time.
way too: Solo Sikoa this year has pinned Cody Rhodes, has
He
pinned
has.
Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Like he has had an unbelievable year and does not get the respect he deserves.
And you have Bronson Reed, who did like a three-peat with Seth Rollins, who's now they put him in the Bloodline 2.0, and he fits so perfectly with them.
He does, but he needs to be a little bit more than the finisher.
I feel like
think-
he's
That
going
makes
to
sense.
have a stellar War Games.
He's probably gonna do the tsunami off the top rope
Yeah.
too. I mean, the top of the cage. Let's be real.
Like him and
But-
Jacob Fatu are going to go wild in that
Yeah.
match.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think he is a great addition.
Yeah.
I sort of liked 4v4, but
I thought it was
I'm
going to be
not complaining
4v4,
about
but
this.
adding Punk, fuck it, let's do it. You know, it's going to be a great hour. We'll put it out. It's going to be a
box
fantastic
office.
hour.
Yeah, it was great box office. When this first happened, when I first saw it, I was like, "Ooh, this is an AEW move." Like they're going for the shock value and the names instead of the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
But no, as Ricky pretty much laid out 10 minutes ago, this is very much a storyline.
Yeah, this is very much a
So,
storyline. It's multiple
very much
it's
a storyline.
it's storylines converging, and then they're going to branch off again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I love
see what
it.
happens. Moving on to Here Come the Women, because this is clearly a Here Come the Women War Games match that they just threw together for the sake
Yep.
of throwing it together.
Yeah.
You
They had it because they know they need it.
Yeah. So you have Liv, Nia, the two women's world champions, Tiffy, the Money in the Bank holder, Raquel, who needs something to do, and Candace, who also needs something to do, who's kind of been pairing with Tiffy and Nia actually quite well. I kind of like the dynamic versus
It's weird, but it's good.
it works, yeah. It works really well. You have Bianca, formerly Jade, not so much anymore. Rio, Io Sky, who is going to jump off the top of the War Games cage for like the umpteenth
Again.
year in a row, and it's gonna be spectacular. Will and I saw it in person. It's fucking awesome.
With the trash can over her head
Yes.
too.
That's such a good moment.
And Naomi, who also kind of needs something to do. The big question here: who replaces Jade in the face faction at this point? Besides who wins, we got to figure out who replaces Jade. And I say it's Becky because I'm booking Charlotte to go for the U.S. Women's title. I think Becky comes back.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Both teams have a mix of Raw and SmackDown talent, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so it really could be anybody.
Yeah.
It's literally the most random Survivor Series lineup I've ever seen.
For
in
the
my
women's
whole life.
matchup, yeah. There's no storyline here. It's just they just all don't like each other.
But they all deliver. Like
Yeah.
women's War Games matches always deliver.
Women's War
They're
Games
always
matches so
very
much fun.
good.
Rhea Ripley
They're
manhandled
very
like
good.
Rhea Ripley like was a monster in like when she was in NXT and they did War Games.
Yeah, they go for it.
Re-
They're wrestling like they're fighting like they know there's no story behind
Yeah,
it.
Candice LeRae has always had good War Games matches. Bianca does what Bianca does in big matches.
Yep.
Io is Mrs.
Rhea.
War Games at this point.
No, literally, she's the War Games
You know,
wrestler for
She's
sure.
a general.
yeah. So it's like there's enough stars in here that this is going to be a fantastic opener, which I think this is going to be the opener as it should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
Mhm.
course.
It's just a matter of who wins and who does what, and also who replaces Jade. I say Becky at first, but Kay, who do you think?
Becky was my first choice too, but if not Becky, I'm trying to think who's available. Bailey's not doing anything.
Bailey is an option. They made her an option on Raw because she came and helped Bianca win the advantage match against Nia.
I feel like it's gonna be Bailey. I feel like Bailey's the easiest. If it's not Becky, it's Bailey.
Then again, if it was Bailey, I feel like they would have announced it was Bailey.
You still have SmackDown, but yeah, I feel like they would have announced it was
True.
Bailey.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like they would have announced it already. So if you want to have a shock value, don't have someone you see on TV every week.
That's what I'm going for.
Um,
I don't necessarily know if they're going for a shock value though. I don't think they have to. It's Survivor Series. People are gonna watch it.
Yeah, I mean, this is also one of your big
True.
ones.
You still want to pop it off on social
You want-
media.
like,
Holy shit, Becky Lynch is
if
back.
they're legitimately
Who gets a
holding-
few 100 million views across social.
Exactly. If they're literally holding it back and they haven't announced it on Raw, that means it's somebody that we haven't seen in a while. So
Yeah.
I'm going with Becky. 'Cause I
Mhm.
don't think Charlotte's gonna move a needle as Becky's going to as a special guest.
Could be a debut too. They could call it, like, what if they called up
Who the fuck?
Roxanne Perez or something? I know she's a heel
Oh, that
right
might
now.
be
It'd be cool,
Cool.
but I don't think she's still a heel on NXT.
Yeah, maybe if they had someone like that in NXT, I think they could do something like that. They could do something cool.
I mean, it would be a giant leap because your biggest faces right now in NXT are Julia and Stephanie Vicaire. Like, I think they can
Yeah.
do it,
Mhm.
but I don't.
is there anyone on
never-
the Indies who's available?
I mean, they've been IDing people left and right. Like, they literally ID'd Kylie Ray,
Hmm.
which is a huge,
Oh, yeah, that's
which is a
right.
huge get. I was like, oh wow.
I don't think it would be Kylie Ray
No,
or
it's
anything.
not. It's not
but
Smiley Kylie.
What about TNA? Like, what about Jordan Grace or something?
Jordan Grace would work.
Jordan Grace would
Jordan
work.
Grace would work.
Especially because like she's the body, like she's the body type.
Yeah.
Jade was the body type. Replace body with
Mhm.
Nice
body.
body with body. Jordan Grace would be an
That would work.
amazing
Yeah.
get.
And she's been on TV before, so the fans are
They know
relatively.
who
She
she
showed up in
is.
Rumble
Yeah.
last year. She's been on NXT. a
They'll
bunch of
recognize
times. Yeah,
her.
they'll recognize
She's
her.
hard to not recognize.
She also has an iconic entrance because she has the sirens like Scott Steiner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, imagine the sirens. I think it's Braun Breaker.
They changed his music again. So.
God, of course they did, motherfucker.
So what?
No, it's still good, but it's not sirens. You don't hear enough of the barking. I like
Oh.
Jordan Grace as a pick. I'm still going with Becky, but are you going to go with Jordan Grace on this one? Will?
I'm gonna go with Becky.
You're going to go with Becky?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, but she was arguing. Her whole thing was money. She wanted more money,
I
allegedly.
don't blame her.
When she first left after WrestleMania,
Yeah.
I think she wanted like $5 million a year or something.
Mhm.
And WWE was just like, yeah.
Listen, she stayed an extra month when Rhea got injured, so they owe her something.
I mean, yeah, she deserves every penny.
Yeah.
Give her what she wants. I mean, she's not gonna leave. So
Yeah.
if that got worked out, it could easily be Becky, or she could still be sitting at home with her daughter, chilling.
So Fretz is reporting right now, since SmackDown was taped, because they're doing a lot of tapings during the holiday season, which is good for WWE, that a replacement was made, but Fretz forgot who it was, so he cannot tell us who it is.
Thanks, Fretz.
Oh, I'm
Thanks for
gonna look it
contributing.
Don't look it up, Kay.
Can I look it up?
No, do
Yeah,
not.
look it up. Look it
Oh
up.
my God. Don't say who it is, though.
I won't say who it is. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. But if you want to know, just text me on the
Yeah,
text.
text it to me so I know to change my vote.
No.
No.
Your
No, I
vote
won't
is
say anything.
final.
Text it
Wait,
to me. I won't
is
say anything though.
NXT being taped too? Because I looked up SmackDown spoilers. I'm seeing NXT spoilers.
NXT's going on right now.
Oh, it's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday,
duh.
yes. It's Tuesday, so you know what that means. It's NXT.
My brain, I'm in Oz, guys. I don't give a fuck about
I
this.
know you are. I'm glad we got you for this episode here. Since we tried to...
I debated. I'm like, do I call out and go see Wicked again? But I did not.
That was a thought in my mind when I was getting ready for the show today. I was like, I think Kay might call out. I really think. But moving on to this show, who do we have here? Do we have the heels or do we have the faces? And honestly, I don't know. I know it's going to be entertaining as hell. I also love all the memes of Rhea Ripley being Batman with the black face mask that she has because of her broken orbital bone. Oh my goodness. I think due to infighting with the faces, the heels win. So the Liv, Nia, Tiffy, Raquel. That's the one I'm going with.
Yeah, they did announce it. Okay, I looked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go heels too.
Yeah.
You got both champions over there. They have to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to.
So he'll full sweep here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, going heels. I think that's the way it's got to go because I think it's more interesting that the baby faces that were randomly put together have no idea what the hell to do with each other. I think it makes the best sense out of anything. Like, it's still gonna be a fun match, and I just think they're a little bit more cohesive on the other side. Big question here, because I'm gonna ask this question at some point until it happens. Do we get a Tiffy cash in? Because what screams more chaos than Tiffany Stratton cashing in middle of War Games? Because it's a possibility, because there is a ref in that ring at all times.
It'd be really funny.
You know, at this point, I feel like asking if Tiffy's going to cash in is like an inevitability in my life. I feel like this has been going on for so long. Once again, I'm going to say, yeah, she's going to try again and not do well.
Will, what about you?
I'm gonna say no. She is not successful in her cash in.
I think that's like the point. Like, they've been hype with. I noticed this when Money in the Bank rolled around, that they kept saying that every woman that's cashed in has been successful. I truly think she's not going to succeed.
Oof. To me, go down in history as the first woman who doesn't succeed in their cash in.
I mean, it kind of feels like WWE kind of like forgets they have to book the Money in the Bank briefcases every year.
Here's also the thing. I know it's a very unpopular thing, but now she has more titles to cash in on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's
that's
true.
also a possibility.
Yeah.
Like, she has...
And being the first is, I think, good enough to a reason to cash in on it.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
She's already in the U.S. title tournament. But, you know, she can always lose and cash in at another time. And cash in... She can lose the opening round or lose the semifinals and cash in during the finals and totally screw shit up.
She could lose in the finals and then cash in.
Win again, yeah.
And then win.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be funny, actually.
Yeah, so it's a lot of chaos that's going to come to Long Island in a couple of weeks. So, because it is the finals of the U.S. Women's Title Tournament is happening at Saturday night's main event. No idea what the Winter Continental Title Championship is going to be. So yeah, we're going to go with the heels here, but Tiffy, I don't think Tiffy's cashing in yet. I feel like they built her up and they're making her such this like lovable, idiotic face next to Nia's heel so well that they're going to want her to cash in. Although she's a lovable, idiotic face, so she can do an idiotic move that makes her lose the cash in. So it can go either way.
That's the thing. I think she's going to try. I don't necessarily know if she's the cash in. You know what I mean? Like, I think she's going to attempt to cash in. I don't know if the cash in's going to go through. You know, like Nia will catch her again or something.
that is a part of the lore of this Money in the Bank run, is Nia always catching her and giving her like the mom face.
That's what I'm meaning when I'm saying, like, I think she'll cash it. I think something like that's going to happen.
Yeah. I get that. I get that. All right, moving on past the War Games matches, we have Damian Priest versus Gunther 2 for the World Heavyweight title. And if we're being honest, Damian Priest has been whipping the shit out of Gunther for the last couple of weeks. And it has been glorious in helping Damian Priest kind of build him back up again. However, Gunther's going to WrestleMania with this world title. And Gunther's going to find a way to win this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's pretty easy. Honestly,
Unanimous.
yeah. Gunther has had a fantastic run after losing the Sammy at Mania. In one of the biggest shocks in the world. One of the biggest shocks of that weekend.
Yeah, this man just never loses.
Yeah. Most of his time in WWE, he's been a champion of something. He's a champion more often than he is not a champion. Would it benefit him to lose at some point? Yes, probably at Mania again, or he wins at Mania or something, but not right now. I love Damian Priest. I love what they're doing with him. This is going to be a fantastic match, I think. They were great at SummerSlam. I think they're going to do it again, but Gunther does win this. Clean sweep from all of us across. Moving on to what might be absolutely chaos. Just chaos. Because remember, I can see this match being a triple threat and them using both rings. Because remember, War Games.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
We're gonna use both rings. Triple threat for a men's Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker, a now 2-time champion, versus Ludwig Kaiser, because we got to give him something to do. Versus Sheamus. Again, if Sheamus wins, he finally completes the Grand Slam. So that's the
love to see it.
Yeah,
but not gonna
Me
happen.
too.
If we're gonna take Braun Breaker seriously, we can't keep hot potatoing his Intercontinental Championship runs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I want Sheamus to win. I want Sheamus to win big, but a triple threat is not the way he's gonna win. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a crash. It's gonna be like a freaking demolition derby, because Ludwig's out of his mind. Braun Breaker literally ran into the announce table, missing a spear.
He's a psycho.
Yeah, he's a psycho.
He's a psycho.
And Sheamus just likes to hit people. But I think Braun survives this because Ludwig and Sheamus just get on each other's nerves. So Braun all around.
Sheamus just plays a game. How much can you fuck up my back?
Yeah, pretty much. So Braun Breaker all around. Final match on the card, because it's a 5-match card. The LA Knight putting his U.S. title on the line against the Kylo Ren of WWE now, Shinsuke Nakamura. Dark Shinsuke, as I think we would like to call him. He looks like a Star Wars villain. He
does.
looks
It's
like
really
a Star
cool.
Wars villain. Coming out of this. I don't know if they've done enough to make this an interesting feud, because Shinsuke just came back.
Yeah, Shinsuke has no credibility.
You know.
They pump faked with him last time, so.
However, it might be just me, but I'm kind of getting tired of LA Knight's championship run. It's kind of like rinse and repeat.
I am tired of it.
You know,
I
and I think Shinsuke is a good foe for him, especially if he's being this brooding version of himself. Like, to knock him down a bit. So I'm just going hard in booking and just boarding with the LA Knight US title run. I think Shinsuke, have them run with this leading into Mania season, see what happens. So I'm gonna go Shinsuke. Will, what do you got?
LA Knight.
Yeah.
I mean, Shinsuke has zero credibility. Like, so yeah, like even if he did win it, it's like, who cares? Shinsuke, like, when's the last time Shinsuke Nakamura has been relevant?
He was out for a while. I think he was injured, but
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's been like, but in the past few years, he hasn't really done anything, injured or no. So you just bring him back and have him beat the guy you've been trying to build for the past 18 months.
he's already built, so you got to give him something to do. Like, he got, like, LA Knight was great in the chase, and he was doing really good in the chase, and now it's one of those things like, he got there, and now he's kind of fizzing out because you kind of got the same gimmick. So you got to give him some sort of adversarial foe.
Right. Okay. So you take the belt off him. Then what? Then what?
No. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Like, but he's back in the chase. He's back in something good. But like, I think there needs to be a change of pace in the U.S. title scene, because LA Knight's run through everybody. He beat Carmelo Hayes. He beat everybody in the SmackDown mid card.
He doesn't have anything on the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to freshen it up. Nakamura was hurt in Pro Wrestling Noah, that's why. And Nakamura was hurt and had a couple of matches in Pro Wrestling Noah in the summer, then probably surfing, because Nakamura does like to surf on his off time.
Good for him.
Yeah. Good for him. Damn.
Yeah, what a life, right?
Is he on the wave? Wah!
I just picture like him like surfing to like his theme music with the violinist.
The violinist is on a surfboard behind
Right.
him.
I hope that would be cool if they could bring that music back. Mr. Frats also said that, or something similar.
Oh, the Shadows of the Rising Sun, yeah.
Yes.
It'd be good. It'd be good. I'm interested to see what this happens here, but I think to freshen up that US title scene, you're gonna need to do something. I think LA Knight's run his course, and you got to give somebody else the role with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Okay, did you go Shinsuke or LA Knight?
No, I'm going Shinsuke as well because I too am very bored of LA Knight
Yeah.
right now, and I don't know. I think it would be good for Shinsuke to win the title on his return.
United States
his
of
first
Nakamura
pay-per-view
returns.
Yes, exactly. But like Will's kept saying like how irrelevant he's been. Why not make him relevant now?
I kind of want Shinsuke to win because by the time Rumble rolls around, Logan Paul will come back, and I just kind of want to see Shinsuke kick Logan Paul's face in.
Ooh.
Now he's gonna fight Mike Tyson first.
Oh God. Could you imagine Logan Paul and Mike Tyson at WrestleMania?
Dude, Ariel Helwani was trying to egg it on. He's like, "So, Mike, you gonna fight Logan?"
Apparently,
Logan, thoughts?
Apparently, WWE is interested in a potential thing like that.
Please stop.
It's Vegas. Anything
No.
is possible in Vegas.
Yeah.
Anything is possible in Vegas. But we'll see what happens. Again, folks, Survivor Series emanating from Vancouver, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. 6 p.m. Well, remember, the pre-show does not start at 6. The pre-show does not start. If you show up at like 8 thinking the show starts at 8, you will have a bad time.
Yeah, because you can't play it from the beginning until it's over.
Until it's over, yep. There's no replay.
Fuck, dude, that's why Peacock sucks, dude. What you were late. You get to start from the beginning as it was live.
Also,
I missed the
speaking
network.
of the network,
R.I.P.
as of January 1st, 2025, the WWE Network will officially be no more worldwide, as everything will port over to Netflix.
12 years.
Yeah.
Fucking sad.
Yep. So RIP to WWE Network. If you still have it, enjoy it for the next month and like 10 days or so, because it'll be officially over January 1st, 2025. So RIP to the greatest streaming service of all time, and I will not be taking any arguments against that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Everything about it was just the best.
Yeah. Perfect in every way.
Like, whatever you think about your favorite streaming service, I wish they had WWE Network had it.
Yeah. I wish they had a live stream where they just show stuff like a regular television channel. Yeah, WWE did that.
They had it. It was just random.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was perfect. It was amazing. It was amazing. I used to have the network on in the background of my room at all times, just for whatever random thing was going on that day. It was good background fodder, but no more.
It is great background TV.
Yeah. But no more. But anyway, back to Survivor Series. How well do we think this PLE is going to be? I have high hopes for this one. I really do. I'm going to go 8.5.
It's a one-match card, baby. Yeah, I'm kind of up there with you. I'm going to go 8.
Yeah. Kayfabe?
I'll go with an 8 as well. It'll be good.
Yeah, it's going to be good. There might be a surprise, there might not be, but those War Game matches are going to be fucking brutal. Absolutely brutal. That's 2 hours right there, because remember, each War Games match is about an hour each.
Yeah, 30. I think it's 35 to 45 minutes, including entrances.
Mm-hmm. And then every 5 minutes, someone else gets brought in or something like that.
Yeah.
In the cages, times that.
Frets is going 9. All right,
going
Frets,
big.
I see you.
It's going to be, here's the thing, it's going to be hard to beat Survivor.
Big 4.
It's a big 4, but it's going to be hard to beat how good Survivor Series ended last year. Something big has to happen this year for it to top last year. Because that's what it's going against.
Is this our last pay-per-view of the year?
Yes.
Yes.
Besides main event?
Besides Saturday night's main event, yes.
In December.
So after this, we have Saturday night's main event, we have NXT Deadline, we have AEW World's End. So there's like 3 more.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 more. And if we wanted to have fun and do like Wrestle Kingdom, which we probably won't, we can also do that as well. Depending if we're doing a show during the chaos of the holiday season.
Oh God, we need to figure out the holidays.
Yeah, we'll figure that out at some point. But at this point, I think that's it. Any final words, anybody? Kay, when's the next time you're gonna go see Wicked?
Great question.
I might have to just snag you, be like, "Hey, come with me. Come with me to explain what's going on."
I really think you would love it.
I'm looking forward. I have days off, so
it is a fantastical film. I have to look at my schedule because between Thanksgiving and now that December's approaching, my December's already booking so fast, and I like don't understand what's happening. Okay. But anyway. Are we doing outros?
We're about to do
now?
outros. I just want to ask you about the Wicked stuff. Any final words, Will, before we get out of here?
Potato.
Perfect. All right, let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 395, A Dangerous Alliance, because it's going to be pretty dangerous in that War Games cage. I've been your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe, leave us some great reviews. The links to all of that are in the description below. If you are listening to us, make sure you're listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast. And follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter. We might have to switch soon. And at Wrestle Addict Radio, all one word, everywhere else. Survivor Series War Games is coming up this weekend. It's sure to be a great time. Maybe I'll be on Discord, maybe I won't be. We'll see what happens. Will Tearshock.
Dude, I'm so pumped for the holidays. I love Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. I hope everyone out there has a great Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you, Ricky. I'm definitely thankful for you, Kay, and as well as everyone in our Discord. Mm-hmm. Our Discord server is a lot of fun.
We do get silly from time to time. It's really fun.
We get so silly, especially with Mr. Fresh dropping in fucking
all of his Simpsons memes.
Server. And all the Simpsons memes. I'm the only one who likes them. I'm the only one who gets them. That's okay, Frets. I know they're for me. Kay Murphy.
Wow. I can't believe it's Thanksgiving. I'm also thankful for all of y'all. Yeah, I'm ready to eat.
Hell yeah.
You can find me on Threads, Instagram, and TikTok at KAE_FABE.
Yeah. I do like that, Freds. Happy Yanksgiving. I might have to call that now. Yanksgiving. It's a good one. It'll be Yanksgiving when we sign Juan Soto, but until
once Hal Steinbrenner decides to give his wallet away.
Anyway, folks, enjoy Thanksgiving if you guys celebrate it. Enjoy Yanksgiving when that happens in a couple of weeks. Don't enjoy anything from the Jets because Kayfabe knows all about that. But also enjoy War Games this weekend, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Until then, folks, goodbye, good night. We'll see you soon. And someone we're not thankful for, maybe because we haven't had him on the show in a long time, is Slack, because fuck you, Slack. We'll see you next week, folks. Maybe. Close enough. So
always got to end with the classic.
So, Kay, are you joining us for a post show or not? Okay, so let me just do this live editing right now.
I'm also definitely getting sick.
I can hear it, and yeah. Hold on a second. Let me get you back in here, Kay.
Do something real quick.
Something real quick. I have some things we can talk about now, but now that you're back in here, okay? Welcome. The power of editing, really quick, folks. We are 5 away from 400. We do need to start ironing that down. All right, question for you guys: have you heard of this thing called Jubal in the morning?
Jubal in the morning.
So it's this random ass radio show, but I'm listening. I've been watching audio clips of, and so what happens is they have a segment called The Second Date, where so they have people email them and talk about their first dates, and they try to find out why their date ghosted them, or whatever, and then the radio show calls the other person and tries to get an explanation, And then they're
Oh God.
yeah, and then they're like,
That's awkward, dude.
but then they're like, oh, we'll pay for your second date on us if you want to go out with this person again. And the whole time while that other person's explaining why the date went bad or like something screwed up, like the person who called in is on the other line, like listening to the whole thing.
Oof.
There's some great ones that I've listened to.
That sounds like torture.
There is one where
That sounds like I'll get PTSD just listening to it. It's not even my story.
there's one I heard where like they were like the date was going real well and they went like I guess they were out for drinks or whatever and they went to sat down for dinner and as soon as they like sat down for dinner, the woman on the date ripped a huge fart that like the whole restaurant heard.
Oh,
And so she like ran to the bathroom and like left like ditched the date because she was so embarrassed.
Damn.
Yeah. And the dude was like, listen, I understand. I'm so sorry. You know, he's like, if you want to make it more comfortable, he's like, I'll fart right now. And they're like, you can fart on command? He's like, I want to give it a shot.
I'll give it a shot. There have been times I'm just like, I don't give a shit. I'll fart right in his seat. I just hope I smother it.
But that's been my
I think
thing.
I was ripping ass on Jazz and I first did. By ripping ass in the booth. I remember I got up to pee twice. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I got a little drunk that night. It was fun. I had a good time. What do you want me to say?
It obviously worked out. But yeah, that's been my new thing. That and everybody doing mustard on social media.
oh my God! Ricky? Have you heard the mashups of Defying Gravity and Mustard?
No, I have not.
Well, it's all over my For You
I,
page.
send me a clip of some point.
I
You have
will.
no idea what we're talking about, Will, do you?
Not a clue.
All right, perfect. Okay, so it's pretty much established that Kendrick Lamar is clearly neurodivergent in some way, shape, or form. So in one of his tracks on his album GNX, it's called TB Up, and so he kind of switches beats mid song, and the producer of the track is called DJ Mustard. And so all of a sudden you hear like DJ Mustard's like a little clip where it says mustard on the beat hole. And then for like 5 seconds, Kendrick belts as loud as he can. Mustard!
Mustard.
It's so good.
It's hysterical. The best part is that McDonald's social media team hopped on it and they put up like a picture of mustard like on their social media page and had mustard in all caps.
God, that's so funny.
It's so good. The album's incredible though. Like
It's very good.
like Will, are you a
One of the
fan of
best
like
albums of the year.
will you ever listen to West Coast hip hop like in its prime? Like Tupac, like prime 90s West Coast hip hop?
Yeah.
That's pretty much the whole album. There's a
I was never the biggest Kendrick fan. I respect Kendrick for his writing, but
Kendrick's-
his music has always been like,
Kendrick's very neurodivergent, but he's very particular. So there's a theory that all of Kendrick's albums are different forms of media. So like his first
Okay.
one, Section 80, is a novel. Good Kid, Mad City is a movie. To Pimp a Butterfly is a poem. To Pimp a Butterfly is a poem. That's pretty obvious. Damn is a magazine. Miss Morale and the Big Steppers is a play. And no one's figured out what GNX is yet. Because it just came out.
it's sock puppets.
No, but GNX is really good. So what he does, I think the whole theme of GNX is reincarnation, because there's one track called Reincarnation where he literally rhymes just like Tupac. And if you're not like paying attention, like, is this a Pac record? Like he has all of Pac's cadence. But a lot of his samples on the album are from like Generation X like performers. So that's a lot of
Okay.
influence. And like the cars, and so people thinking the name of the album is called GNX for Generation X.
Gen X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently, Kay, it might be a double album. Part 2 might be coming out soon. That's what people are hinting at.
Is it coming out the day Wicked Part 2 is coming
I
out?
don't know.
It's a whole year
Could
from
you
now.
imagine?
It's a whole year from now.
No, I think it's coming out early December. So in a couple of weeks, we're probably going to get part 2. The funnier part about this is that Drake is still mad.
Yeah, dude, Drake tried suing him
He-
for defamation.
He's trying to sue Universal Music Group and Spotify.
Oh, for the algorithm tampering.
he's accusing them of like messing with the numbers to make Kendrick Lamar's song bigger. I was like, no, it's just a really good song that people like. Like,
Yeah, people just liked it.
but the problem is
And
like
everyone talked about it,
Yeah.
and you took over the internet for 2 weeks. That's an eternity
Yeah.
in internet years.
the crazy part about it is like Drake is also a part of Universal Music Group. It's like he's suing himself almost.
He's suing his
He's
like
his
representatives.
distributors, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like he's so mad. He's so mad. The best part about the Kendrick album is that Drake's not mentioned at all. Like he's not
perfect.
mentioned
He just
once.
moves on.
He just moves
He
on,
moves
He
on.
fueled.
which pissed
He
the
was
fuck off
fueled
out of
by the
Drake.
hate, and then wrote one of the best albums of the year and didn't mention him once.
Yeah, which probably pisses Drake off even more. Which I find that's like the greatest thing.
Because he's not
It's
relevant.
like, why aren't you
right now.
talking about me? Because no one wants to.
Drake's a baby, dude.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want Kendrick Lamar to go on a world tour and end it in Toronto.
Oh, that'd be really funny. That'd be really funny.
At Degrassi.
At Degrassi Senior High. Oh my god, that would be absolutely amazing. Hi, Boris. Boris looks tired too.
He does. look
Yeah,
tired.
he's requesting me.
He's requesting it. All
Dude.
right. All right.
Completely unrelated, but do you see Logan Paul had a body double do his interview with the BBC?
No.
So, dude,
He found
So
the
the
body double?
so there's a guy who's like, there's like a body that was like on the internet with Logan Paul.
Yeah.
So the BBC is doing an investigative piece on like the Logan Paul allegations and scandals over the past few years.
Okay.
So Logan Paul finally agreed to an in-person interview. So the BBC flew people from the UK
Puerto Rico?
to Puerto Rico, and Logan Paul had a body double sit down for the interview.
Stop.
Are you serious? Did they buy it?
Yeah,
Why?
dude. Because he's like, "Fuck you" in his story. Fuck you and fuck your story.
Did
I'm not
the
gonna talk to you
BBC buy
guys.
it?
Yeah, the BBC had to buy plane tickets.
No. But did
Fly
they
to
buy?
Puerto
Did they
Rico.
buy that it was Logan Paul?
No.
Oh, okay. So I figured out
No.
it was a body double.
No, the guy sat down. He's like, "I'm a journalist. Like, you're not Logan Paul. Like, who? Where's Logan Paul? Who are you?" And the guy is just like, "What do you mean, bro?" Like, it's just like out of context. It's fucking hilarious. But you realize the BBC paid money to send their journalist and camera crew
Puerto Rico.
to Puerto Rico for a sit-down interview with Jake Paul, and they get trolled as the body double.
My God.
Fucking wild, dude.
That is-
It's something a 27-year-old
Would
would
do,
though.
yeah. I wonder how much that body double got paid.
Probably a lot.
Yeah. You know, with his tax safe haven in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you know, that is kind of crazy.
It's a wild story.
It is a very, very wild story.
Logan Paul's such a dick, but it's so funny.
That is a dick move. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, Cheeseburger was on AEW last week.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Nice.
Yeah, he jobbed out to Bobby, I think.
Good to see he's still wrestling.
Yeah. They were in Pennsylvania, and Cheeseburger's from Pennsylvania.
We're like, God damn, Cheeseburger, I remember when you won a $1 menu. Now what happened to you? It cost $8.99. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, Cheeseburger. All right. Ready to go? Damn. All right. People have been hitting me up for no fucking reason at all. I have TikTok friends. All right. Yeah. Let's get out of here. I think next week is NXT Deadline. We got like 3 weeks in
I
a
will
row.
not be here next week.
Why? Where are you gonna be?
I have plans with my friends for their not birthday.
Ah, they're not birthday.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm here next week. I'm here the week after. And then the 17th, I'll be here. And then we take a few weeks off.
Yeah.
'Cause on the 24th.
And the 10th I have a late night work meeting.
Oh, we
So,
can bump it up early.
We can start earlier then.
Yeah.
at 7 p.m.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. I gotta check the PLE schedule, pay-per-view schedule, and then we'll figure out everything from there. If it's during the holiday
Yeah.
season
Yeah.
and we're like, stop, I can always pull somebody else and be like, hey, do a prediction show with me.
Yeah.
We'll just can it. So
Yeah, the
And then
10th
it's-
I can
it's
be
Christmas
there.
Eve,
Just
New Year's Eve, and then January 7th.
yeah. January 7th. January 7th will be a big one because it'll be the first. It'll be the first Raw on Netflix. So we'll have a lot.
Yes.
We'll have a lot to talk about.
Oh, I'm not going to be here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, where are you
I'm,
going?
I'm in Vegas for CES.
Nice.
Oh,
At least someone's
fun.
going to Vegas
So-
next year.
Yeah, right. I'm going to be there too. I'm going to be there 2 or 3 times. Don't
You
remind
need to
me.
go to Allegiant Stand and be like, "Hey, can I get Mania tickets? Mania
Yeah, I'm
tickets?
here. WrestleMania. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, not the Ticketmaster price. It's like your guys' price in house. Can I get Mania tickets?
Yeah. Dude, I should go to the box office and see how much they are.
I want you to actually just to do a compare and contrast.
Let us know.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's get the fuck out of here. For all of you.
Yeah, everything's good on my end. I'll get this uploaded tomorrow and
Yeah.
we'll take care of it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take care of it pretty early. I get off of work at 3 tomorrow, so.
I have a meeting at 10:30 and then I'm packing and going home.
Ugh.
I'm driving to Massachusetts.
Have
As soon as that
Oh,
meeting's
fun.
over.
have fun with that drive.
Dude,
Tomorrow.
I'm more worried with the drive. The drive back on Sunday is gonna be way worse. If I leave tomorrow on noon, I should
Yeah.
be fine.
Knock on wood for that one. So,
Yeah, no kidding. The Sunday back is gonna be way worse.
yeah.
Yeah, because everyone's gonna be driving back.
Yeah, I will not be going much of anywhere. I think I got invited to the Zert on Thursday night. Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yes. I'm
Yeah, I have to
forward to
work.
pie.
I work on Thanksgiving, so we're just having dinner here.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
It doesn't make sense. By the time I get out of work, it doesn't make sense to like go to Long Island or go to New Jersey.
you want to hear the most Long Island thing ever, and I'll let you guys go. So there is
Yes.
this guy who owns a pizzeria joint in Deer Park, and apparently he did some sort of like turkey drive or something, or he bought a bunch of turkey and shit like that, and he had excess amount of it. He goes, "What am I gonna do with all these extra Thanksgiving ingredients? I know I'm going to make it into a pizza."
Oh my
He
god.
took Thanksgiving food ingredients and made it into a pizza. And apparently it's selling like hotcakes. Like people are coming
I'm low key
people are coming
curious.
out of state for this pizza.
Wow.
That's wild.
I was like, this is so Long Island. So Long Island.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. I gotta find it. I'll let you guys know. But anyhow, I'll see you cool kids later. If you guys need anything. I'm
Yeah.
around.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Happy
friends.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Bye.
Love
See you
you.
next week.
Bye.